Save. Build a. Sound money. Sound money.
All right, we're live.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, ugly.
Wow.
How was the weekend?
Well, we're not going to talk about that. It was pretty wild and exciting, but
That's good to know.
other than that, we're going to get down to business today. Yeah, I was up and ready to go. I was an hour early. I was up. I was ready to go at 6.
It was like 5:30, and I was on my way to work.
We still are late. We're still 9 minutes late, but
hey,
because we had all these other things that we had going on, but we got it done here. Yeah, I've been excited because I want to do this show. I'm going to do. I want to do a read. This is the read through I want to do is the very first article that I did on Medium. Because it's really a very important one. I wrote 3 articles that were kind of a trilogy, and this is the first one. I actually had one other article explaining sound commercial banking, but that was about a couple of years ago. I didn't really know how to post things online, and then Medium came and made it all easy for me. And this is my story, guys. This is what I started to do. Because I blew out of the market. And, you know, I know it's hard to think this way, but you really learn a lot more from your losses than you do your gains. When I'm sitting, I mean, last year, you know, I took $5,000 and ran it in $1.5 million or $1 million. I mean, wow. I don't do that, you know, all the time. But I did. I knew I could do it the previous year. You know, and I've been a very, very successful trader. This year, I'm successful in my net worth, but not in my trading. So what I teach is completely different from where all the interest is. And the bottom line is that, you know, we know consistently that 95% of all people out there that trade lose. And they're very good at another thing. You might be a good doctor, a good lawyer, a good entrepreneur. My father was a far better businessman. He knew how to really run. He actually started a small, with virtual nothing, and started a small insurance company. Yeah, I just, but it was but it almost killed him too because it was a regulatory nightmare. So, but I always thought there was a holy grail, and you could, you know, just come up with some numbers and it would consistently make money. And of course it never did. It was his trading just cost him. Good thing he had a good business, but the worst thing he did was sell his business, and then he had all this
debt.
No, he had all the money. Now he's going to be, you know, a big time trader, and he just kind of it didn't work that way. He could run a business, but he couldn't trade. And that's just generally true. So that's part of my background and why I feel, and part of the reason why I think I can really contribute. If you're tuning in for the first time or you watch me consistently, look, all of the stuff that I do is free. It's on a website that I created. I did that back in fact, this is the story of when I started. I blew out of the market. I said, you know what, I got to stop trading. And so I did. And I said, you know what, I'm going to start writing about my experiences. And I did. And
this is the website?
Yeah, that's the website. And actually, this is the featured article is the second article of the trilogy. But I'm going to go through the first one today. Guys, all of my stuff, or 95% of it, is free. You can look at it on. How are we doing? Have we transposed all those articles, or do we still have more to do?
No, there's still a couple. Kind of like
we try and load them from Medium.
And make sure they're correct.
Yeah, it's not easy to do, and we haven't figured out quite how to make that smooth yet. But if I don't know, Medium, I guess, charges you $50 a year or something after you get so many articles. So, but you
check us out.
Yeah, so that's free there. I post them initially on Medium, and just because Medium's made it very easy, you know, what do they call that, GUI?
You started off in Medium, right?
Yeah, I started off in Medium, and this is I call it my first article, but it was one that I wrote before.
Right.
And it kind of tells you my history. I'm going to read through this article, and then I'm also going to do what I don't do very often, and that's going to be an in-depth market analysis And,
okay.
And so this is all freebie, guys, for
Enjoy.
Yeah, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff that I get from members. I do have a membership. It started out with a tenth of a Bitcoin when Bitcoin was about, I don't know, $3,500 or something.
Right.
So yeah, and we gave them a half. I mean, they could get it for $200. You got a lifetime membership. It was
Your
my life,
not yours.
not yours.
Right.
You know, so that was a terrible business model, but it was enough to pay for the
Start
website.
off. Yeah.
You know, and get me going. And I
And
risked 10 Bitcoin, which
And
at
then
the
you
time
did that
was,
cruise, and that was a
well,
good
30,
thing.
yeah. But when I started the website, it was Bitcoin was $3,500, so it was $35,000 I risked, and I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love what I'm doing.
To be honest, he doesn't have to do it. I mean,
No, I don't, and sometimes I wonder if
But
it's
he
worth it
wants
because
to.
if I want to, but you know what? If other people, if I'm
Plus, it's fun coming into work. I like coming into work. Some people may not, but I do. Come on, there's like a whole bunch of toys, and you see that machine back there, that pinball, and then arcade. Come on.
Yeah,
mean,
but
it's
sometimes
fun
we,
here. Right.
But,
I mean, it's not all fun all the time. Right.
The
it's
wives
not,
don't
yeah,
like it,
The
and
wives
the
think that we're just goofing off. But they like to spend the money. I mean, my wife does.
And
I mean,
particularly Mexican wives, because
Yeah, exactly.
Basically you learned you were online the whole time. We had another business,
Right,
And you
yeah.
learned how to operate that VC dial, and I couldn't run it, but you did, and nobody considered you really working.
Yeah, they said I was just even her own family said I was being taken care of by my wife.
Yeah.
At the time she was working at a restaurant, right? So her family would see me working, taking care of my kids and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, he doesn't."
Oh, he's not working anyway.
Yeah.
We'll just dump all the kids
Yeah.
off on him.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, I get it. All right, so let me read this article out loud because it'll put me in the right frame of mind, where I'm coming from, and how this all came about. And let's look at the date when I wrote this, because it's up there somewhere. Let's see what date this was.
Last year?
No, a long time
3
ago.
years ago.
April 5th, 2018. We made the top. That's, I think, in December of 17 and January of 18, market had gone up to $20,000. Right. And that was the top. And and I had been trading, in fact, that year, 2017, I was in the top 10 of notationals on BitMEX. I was in the top 10 trades. I don't know. I pulled out over 400 Bitcoin on that exchange. And that doesn't mean I was hollering all, guys, because I have to make a living too. So
Right.
So you sell, you buy it and sell it, you pay taxes, and you go on from there. So, but that's what I did, and the same thing I did last year. I mean, if I look at it in Bitcoin, I made $1.5 million, but I didn't hodl it all because, we had expenses and so forth. And so I just want to say that what happened was I was trading, and I just I wasn't losing it, but I wasn't making. I was taking
just making even
substantial positions, getting myself a little bit too much worked out, emotionally and so forth. And so I just said, you know what? I closed out all my speculative long positions with BitMEX, and I did it on the low, which was March 18th at about $7,400. And it was substantial. I had a position on of 200 Bitcoin, okay?
Damn.
And I closed it not because I thought it was the thing to do, but solely for money management reasons and self-discipline, okay? And that's what the secret to trading that most people just don't understand. Second, almost immediately after I sold out, the market rallied substantially, like over $1,500 to $9,100. Had I held on, I would have not only recovered my losses, but I would have made out like a bandit. My average buy price was just under $8,000. Now, there was a time when such a bad trade was gut-wrenching, absolutely gut-wrenching. And you know what? Can you relate to that? Have you been in the market and you just want to puke your guts out? Well, it's because you're over trading, but we're going to go into, I've been there and done that, and it can be overcome, and that's a secret to success. Sound familiar? Well, if such an experience hits home, this article should be helpful. And I speak from the viewpoint of a successful Bitcoin trader. I had a very good 2017 and finished in the top 10 BitMEX notional traders. Some of you may know me from past posts on BitMEX chat or the interview I did with Tone Base in December. I think that was the first one I did with Tone.
No, I think this was the second
one.
No.
Okay,
I think the second one. I believe.
Right.
Well, anyway, we were in the old office.
So. Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
who knows where?
That one was good. When you were
but I had the Bitcoin hat.
Yeah,
like
you had your costume there, the one right here next to you.
Yeah, I got the ugly old goat. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So
that's what it was.
All right. So the secret to successful trading. That's what I want to outline now. And I know this is going to sound redundant and stupid, but gosh, if I can get it through your head, you're really on your way to tremendous success. The secret of successful trading is not knowledge of the fundamentals, nor is the secret to successful trading savvy technical analysis, nor is the secret to successful trading insider knowledge, nor is the secret to trading timing or wave theory. All of these can be useful tools. Indeed, they are useful at honing trading skills, but none, collectively or separately, bring success. The secret to successful trading is simple. Simple yet extremely difficult to execute because, after all, we traders are human. We are all subject to fears, elation, greed, and intangibles like exchange risk, internet outages. Down here, not so much. They've cured those down here, but we used to have internet outages, and power outages.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Or or unexpected personal crisis. You don't ever know when something's going to happen, and there you are. Yes, I've been victimized in nearly every major exchange hack and closure since I bought my first Bitcoin in August 2013 at just under $100. And yes, even trading bots are human, but that will be a discussion for another day. Yet, despite these sometimes huge losses that had nothing to do with my trading, I have not only survived but prospered in trading in bull markets and bear markets. The secret to the success is in this order. First, money management. Second, money management. Third, money management. I'm going to repeat this, guys. The first secret to successful trading is money management. The second secret to successful trading is money management. And the third secret to successful trading is money management. But you guys, you're all experienced traders. You already know all this, right? This is nothing new. This is just old hat. Really? Well, not so. If you cannot exit a losing trade with a smile, if you cannot exit a losing trade with a smile, then you need to learn the all-important fourth trading secret.
Oh, crap. My bad.
Yeah, you blew right by that fourth one. Everybody blows by the fourth one. I don't know why.
There it is.
The fourth secret to successful trading is money management because you missed the first, second, and third secrets to successful trading. I know this sounds so stupid, but it really isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's it. Do you get my point? Every other trading tool is worthless without this premier trading secret. And it is an open secret. It's not a secret at all, okay? Right. And it is a secret not because it is not known. It's a secret because it is rarely followed by unsuccessful traders. And even the best disciplined traders get wiped out if they forget it just once. Mm-hmm. That's right. Missing this trading secret just once can have fatal consequences, or there are simply never too many times to learn and relearn this secret. There are hundreds, even thousands of books and courses on charting, technical analysis, wave theory, volume, moving averages, momentum, effects on the phases, moon phases, even astrology. And now in Bitcoin, there's lots of other things. They look at this on-chain analysis. And guys, I'm not diminishing all this stuff. It's good and well. And as a past commodity and stockbroker in my youth, I have seen them all. I even had one client that traded with the stars, literally. He believed in astrology. His timing on picking tops and bottoms, it was uncanny. Yet in the end, his account was zeroed out due to poor management. There are countless articles and expensive research think tanks outlining market fundamentals. And the research on market fundamentals rarely, if ever, have more than a market disclaimer. Guys, fundamentals are important. I believe in fundamentals. Okay, I think it's more important than technical. I use fundamentals and then apply technical. I think money advantage is by far the most important thing, then fundamentals, and then the TA. Which I'm going to get. One of my members just passed on a really good book that I scanned, and I'll be recommending it here later. But we're going to finish this article first. All right. Okay. Most books cover money management, but just with a paragraph or two. Okay. The majority of trading books that are devoted to some formula or system or indicator that tells you when to buy and sell. After all, many of these books and courses sell for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. And no one wants to shell out that kind of money just to be told something they already know, right? I mean, money. Well, I know that, so you don't want to pay. Yeah, I get it. So once in a long while, however, a rare gem appears. And I'll say, somebody just pointed another one to me that looks great. I'll be recommending that book. But once in a long while, a rare gem appears on the market that is well researched and should be read and reread to drive home the trading secret everyone knows but few follow without fault. In my days on BitMEX chat, I simply got fed up with the trolls and egos that knew where the market was going. As an experienced trader, I have no idea where the market is going. I predict nothing because I don't know, and you trade accordingly. That's what I teach. And in fact, I regard those people that think they know where the market is going. They're foolish men. They really are fools and don't pay any attention to them. Now, they can say, well, this is what I think, maybe this percent. I get all that, but I really don't know. And, I've learned from experience. I don't know where's the market going? I don't know. In fact, the story that I always tell, I think,
they really think you have some formula.
Yeah,
or
they think
beans,
that.
Right?
Well, they say I've read all your stuff.
No, I'm saying this because I've been working with you for a long time, and the first question they ask you every time you're on here is, "Where is the market going?" Even after you tell them, "I don't know." I mean, come on. You tell them I have no magic beans.
I've read all your stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to know where the market's going. I said, wait, you don't get it.
In your articles, I have no magic formula. There are no magic beans, and yet they ask, "Where is the market going?"
I know.
And they're not reading then, right? I mean,
well, they're reading it, but it's
not sinking in.
Everybody has a thing between two ears, and I think Gordon Clark called it a Charlie horse or something. It somehow goes in the ears, but it doesn't rattle around or anything. It just, I don't know. I don't get it. But all right, I said I was going on Bitcoin chat because there was a book that came out. I said, wow, this is really good. And it was called The Art of Execution, How the World's Best Investors Get It Wrong and Still Make Millions by Freeman Shor. I don't know this guy from Adam, but I read this book and I said, wow. And it's really a short book, but no serious trader should be without it, and you should have it within reach because it shows in a well-researched manner the same secret that I'm revealing in this short article. You can order this book. The link is $10 on Kindle, guys. So just get it. It's no big deal. Oh. Yeah. Okay. $10. Anyway, they'll get it. But what it is he's not a trader. This guy simply was managed funds, and he researched and allocated funds to different traders. And then he started doing an analysis of those who are consistently successful and those who didn't. And it really, was I get it. I mean, it was an eye opener for me, and also it outlines some of the strategies and tactics that they use. But the number one thing is it was really money management that assures the success. They hadn't. Whether they were fundamentals or technical, used them both, there was still one underlying common denominator that made them successful. And so I do recommend that you get that one. Repetition is the key to learning, and this book is of value because its breadth of outlining the consequences of missing the secret to trading, whether by habit or by one undisciplined moment. And that's why I say you got to get this down, and should be a constant struggle for you, because you can blow it. Just saying, we bow your neck, or you think, I know where this market's going, when you don't. We don't. Nobody knows. When you're right. It's kind of like I was a broker at one time, and mainly I traded my own funds, but I had a few customers. Right. But I would never want to trade other people's money or be a hedge fund manager or anything like that, because the problem is, when you're right, it's because they're so smart and they chose you to trade for them. But when you're wrong, you're the SOB. So,
oh, you told me to do this, right?
Or they just follow. Right. It doesn't matter if I'm doing it for them. It just, and plus it's an alligator, because you've got these it's just a lot of pressure that
I think it's a lot of headaches aside from that, right? I mean, just
to me, and maybe some people are tuned to it, and if they I think people are saying, well, I don't have any money, it's the only way I can accumulate, perhaps. And and I watched the movie, that series that was pretty good called Billionaire, and okay, but I don't need to go there. I don't need to be the richest guy in the cemetery. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're not taking anything once we kick the bucket. I mean, no, I'm serious.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's true. I mean, what are we gonna take? Just
nothing. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, and we'll all be the same.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not the same. Like I said, so a lot of people think that this life is that we're living in. What do they call it? They have a new name for it. It's not an illusion.
A reflection.
No, you can call it a reflection. They have a name for it, but it's virtual. This life is virtual.
Virtual.
Yeah, well, I'm a Christian, and I believe it is virtual. This is virtual. This is temporary, but there is forever and ever, and it's coming. But that's another story. I believe in heaven and hell, but we're not going there today. So, anyway.
Now let's get back to the happy old goat.
All right, so let's go back to that happy old goat after being blown out of the market at the low. The happy old goat has been an active trader since January. The Bitcoin market has been difficult to trade, at least for the ugly old happy old goat at this time. I've yet to make any money this year measured in Bitcoin. By the same token, I have not lost money this year measured in Bitcoin, but as a Bitcoin hodler, I have lost money this year measured in fiat because my value of my hodl went down. All Bitcoin hodlers have lost substantial equity measured from the December highs. We were all feeling our oats because, we're so smart. Bitcoin's 20,000, blah, blah, blah. As a matter of fact, the market has been so treacherous, and this was, again, from first 3 or 4 months of first 4 months of 2018. I felt like a winner, even though I'd been treading water. The point is, although I had not had success in 2018, I had no serious hit, which means I can play the game. If the market goes to $1,500, I'm prepared. If the market goes to $30,000, I'm tickled pink. The key to successful money management is never risk more than 5% of your total Bitcoin holdings on any given trade, and be happy you still have 95% of what you had. As long as you can trade again, you will eventually succeed. And this is hard to comprehend. It's not a matter of luck. You have no luck if you can't play the game. Okay? Those who are in a position to play the game will eventually get lucky. And the amount of luck relies heavily on the trading skills you develop in your trading. Further, and as Tone Vays has preached, if you cannot sit on the Bitcoin market, you should not trade it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing to say. I'm blessed.
Stay away from the computer or whatever you're doing.
Well, if you can't, if he's trading actively, he wants to be in front of a screen, and I get it. I don't think you have to. But
at least you have at least some basic things.
But it's also true.
It's like out here when they say you can't do something if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's like let's say like for instance, when I grew up in San Diego, like they told me don't get in this if you don't know the game. You know what I mean? Like exactly. You know, so this is the same thing. You know, if you don't know what you're doing,
well, and expect to pay your dues to learn.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you're not going to be able to go, and
Right.
you know, don't start trading on with margin at all. You want to trade. You don't need to trade. For first couple of years, I never traded Bitcoin on margin. I just was trading the spot market and did remarkably well. It's that volatile that you can do that. So basically, what Tone is saying, if you can't be in front of the screen, he doesn't want to trade. But I'll tell you that I'll take a step further. You have to be able to sit on your hands and not always be in the market, and not trade.
Right.
And that we're going to get into that a little bit because, again, our membership group is really. We have a great membership group. I'm not trying to make it grow because these guys they're all at different. We're really teaching each other. They teach me all the time. I think as much or more than I ever teach them. I'm responsible to them too. So I feel, you know, they keep me focused on managing. Okay, because I'm responsible to them. So, all right. So let's keep going with the article. All right. So there's two things. Tone says, you know, he wants to be in front of the screen, and I think that's probably true, but also you have to have the ability of not having to always trade. And I am blessed that I don't sleep a lot. I was up, I was an hour early. I was ready.
Yeah.
I was here at,
like 5:30.
I was here at 5, and it was 5:45. I called you and said, where are you? I'm on my way. Well, I thought we were starting in 15 minutes.
It was like 6.
I completely lost sense of time.
It was like 5:45 in the morning.
I mean,
I don't. Like, where are you?
Rarely do I sleep 8 hours
7.
a night, but I'll sleep 2 or 3 hours and then I'm good. I get my REM sleep and I'll do it, but I'll do that. You know, I'll take 2 or 3 naps a day, and that's just the way I'm made up. I'm a high energy guy. Mm-hmm. If anybody that knows me, they say, "Wow, how does he do it?" I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm alive, and so I want to be alive when I'm alive. I'll be dead long enough, you know.
For a while.
Yeah. So, you know, why, you know.
Yeah, I kind of see it like that. In the beginning, I kind of like when I was young, I was like, man, you know, what's it going to be like when I get older and this and that. And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, I just want to kick the bucket and rest.
Well, guaranteed we'll all be doing that, but
yeah.
It may not be restful. It may. I think there's a promise there of a rest, but we're not going there. Okay, and trading. Okay, yeah, but I've been successful. I don't have all Bitcoin. I don't preach just hodl. I teach that if you hodl, you need to reward yourself. Okay. And, you know, so that's what we do is I call it saving. And so you reward yourself. You know, I was in prison, guys, for 11 years. I didn't get out till 2002. I started a small business. I mean, I worked selling Dish Network and then started a voice broadcasting company in 2004, which is kind of almost a dead market now completely. But so we're doing this. But, you know, when I bought Bitcoin, the first Bitcoin I bought in 2013, I didn't even have the money. I just had good credit. And so I said, yeah, I got to get this. I bought 10 Bitcoin for under $100 and it went on my checking account and paid for it on my overdraft account, which I normally would not do. But in that case, I had to. And of course, it's all worked out. Yeah. And you don't want to be trading Bitcoin at all unless you're prepared for it financially and emotionally. So until you have a hodl, don't trade until you first have a hodl. And in 95% of the cases, dollar averaging is the way to go, and the results over time match those of most seasoned traders, which leads to the second article, but I hadn't compiled that. I knew what the result. I think I was the first one to cover dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin, and it's just an amazing principle of how you should treat Bitcoin. Okay. In addition, my primary business was seasonal during election years, so my time must be during those election years. We were working our butts off, and so we didn't have time to do Bitcoin or anything like that. So I decided to take a sabbatical from trading until at least November, and I did. I basically stopped. I think I started a little earlier than that. I started back in October, and I did wind up taking 2 Bitcoin and running it to 22 Bitcoin before the end of the year. Otherwise, I would just 2018 I would have broke even, but I took 2 Bitcoin and ran it into 22 in about 6 weeks, and that was it. But that's a far cry from having 200 Bitcoin, a huge position on. I didn't have a huge position on. I put on a huge, you have to go look. What you get with my service is you get a history of all my trading. And that starts, we weren't recording it until February 4th of 2019. So that's one of the benefits you get. But you don't need my trading history for you to succeed. I mean, because you can't follow me. I don't recommend you even try. I just try and teach you the correct way to trade. So anyway, I took it on, and I'm resurrecting the project. I started creating a much-needed Bitcoin content, and that's when I started writing these articles. If you catch these early medium articles, you will know who I am. I am both uniquely qualified and unqualified to provide content. Hopefully, you will find my perspective useful and sometimes entertaining. I have a story to tell, and ultimately you will be the judge. So I'm sitting here and I'm still telling my story, guys, and I'm having a blast doing it, and it's absolutely free to you guys. I do recommend, again, this is one of the few books that I recommend. And since we're there, this weekend, somebody in the group posted a page. Could you pull up that page that he did? This is great. Yeah, it's in the group. There you go. Can you make that big? Yeah, he read this. I said, wow, this is right on. Professionals don't, this is the gist of my article, guys. He did it in one paragraph. Professionals don't perceive anything about the markets as painful. Exactly. Blow out the bottom with a smile. That's the way I said it, but he's saying it more rational. I'm having more fun with it, but it's the same concept. Okay. Therefore, no threat exists for them. There's no threat because I blew out, and I'm laughing about it. There's no threat. There's nothing to defend against. I don't have to defend my ego or anything like that. As a result, there isn't any reason for their conscious or subconscious defense mechanisms to kick in. That's why professional traders can see and do things that mystify everyone else. They're in the flow. And I actually wrote an article that says, what? Going with the flow.
Yeah.
Exactly. This guy's the one. I had never seen this book, or this guy never knew he existed till now, because they're perceiving an endless stream of opportunities. And when they're not in the flow, the very best of the best can recognize that fact and then compensate by either scaling back or not trading at all. Guys, this is what I teach. And we're going to go into this. A lot of large traders become small traders. A few small traders become large traders, and the wise large traders choose to become a small trader again. That's hard, because once you've been trading big numbers, you don't want to go back and be, who wants to be a big shot and then go back to, it's kind of like, who wants to go,
here's a trading
lay block when you're telling everybody else how to lay block. No, you need to be able to go back there and lay block again. I had a good
the
friend,
other book?
my friend. That's the book, and I just downloaded on it. Looked really good. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to be putting that on my recommended list, because I think there's no technical or fundamental. He calls it trading in the zone, which, that's kind of exact. That's a good name for it. But I was just sitting here. One of my readers, they posted this thing. I said, "Where'd you get what book is this from?" And so I just, I started scanning it just before this show. I have not read it before, but I'm sure I'll be reading it. And just can't. I'm not. What I'm teaching here, it's not something unique.
The trading lounge.
Yeah. This is a trading lounge. This is what one of the things. If you are a member, it's there's about 300 of us there, a couple, 300 of us on there.
This one's yours, right?
Mm, yeah, that's my position I have on. I'm long gold, and that's it. But and they help me out a lot. So, all right. So we're done there, and there was something else I went. Oh, okay. I said I'd do a little bit of market analysis because I know everybody likes that, and I want to pull up. Yeah, I want to pull up this Bitcoin dominance chart because I know everybody wants. Well, what's going to happen to? I don't know where Bitcoin's going. We've ever since that Miami conference was the 1st of June. It goes about June 4th, I think it was. Can you do the Bitcoin dominance? Put it on daily and let's see where it was daily. D up. I don't know. See that D up? That's it. Yeah. So let's see. Go June 4th. June that way. June 4th. Where was the market? About the 4th. There. That's good. Right.
There we go.
All right. So. This was supposed to be a time, the market should really go up, anticipating, we had all this bullish news, but it really hadn't done anything. And this is dominant. So let's not go to the Bitcoin chart first. Let's go to go TradingView Bitcoin. Just Google TradingView. I can type if you want. TradingView Bitstamp. Bitcoin. Yeah.
Right here. Type it in. Here.
Okay. How do I clear it? Can you clear it out for me? Can you clear out the thing? What I do? Backspace. There we go. Trading View. Okay. BTC. Let's go Bitstamp. I like that the best. It's kind of the old reliable. Some people call it Bitstamp. Whoop. Yeah, let's go there first. How do I do? Just hit enter. Okay. Here we go. Hit that. All right. Go down. Hit the chart. You got to pull. You got to close that little thing on the right. I don't know where that. Whatever that thing. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down.
All right.
Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Scroll down. I don't know. You got to get rid of that thing on the right. I don't.
Kind of hard. I can't use this.
I never use this computer.
Me neither.
Yeah. That's why I get on my computer. We're not on the right one. We need to go Bitstamp, TradingView.
All right, hold on.
That's not the right. Let me try it again. You know what? Just go to Bitcoin Wisdom. That's easier.
All right, here we go. Here it is down here. There it is.
Now hit Bitstamp. Hit Bitstamp.
Where is it?
Right there on the right. There you go. Okay. That's easier. Okay. All right. So let's go to June. Look at June 4th where we're back here. Because we're going to look at dollar price first, but I really want to concentrate.
June 4th. No, that's July.
That's July. You need to now go to daily. Go to daily. 1 day where it says 1 day. Okay. I'm teaching you how to do. Okay. Now go to June 4th. There's about to go. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there it is. Right in there is where we had this big Miami conference where Bitcoin's legal tender. All this bullish stuff was coming out, and it didn't do crap. So see what the market's done since then. Can you? Okay, so you can see where we are now. Where was it on June 4th again? Just put it there. June 4th.
Around here.
Yes, that's 6th, 4th. Okay, right in there. Okay, you're saying that you're at 30. 35, 50, 36. Now, where are we now? We're at 33. We're down actually $3,000 from where we were in June. Things not acting good. And, of course, everybody was real bullish up there all year. It just was going up and up and up. And guys, I missed the whole move from 25,000 to 60,000, but my net worth went way up. But and I got bullish here way too quick and got blown out. I got blown out a couple of weeks ago and just have stayed out completely. And so you know, that's scroll out because you're not looking at the whole market.
Hold on, 'cause I think we.
Okay.
Hopefully we didn't cut off the stream. Okay. I think we're still good. Okay.
Well, just do that. Is that okay? So you can see we're not doing anything, but we haven't gone up despite all this bullish news. And the underlying fundamentals that I think is very disturbing to me is a lot of people that think a lot of this stuff that's so great may not be that great. And I get the Bitcoin is legal tender thing, but I'm not so sure that it's the right move, and I don't know that it's going to be what everybody intends it's going to be. But I kind of get a little bit angry when the Bitcoin, I call them purists. They think I'm the purist because I don't know that. I don't see why we need a legal tender Bitcoin, but I think they're kind of the purists because they're Bitcoin, regardless of anything, all other principles. Bitcoin is, they're, they really have a almost religious viewpoint of Bitcoin and what it can do. Bitcoin fixes a lot, but it's not a panacea. It's not going to fix everything, and I think it has given us tremendous hope. I don't see it ever really functioning as adequately as money or even a store of value until we develop commercial banking. And I think hopefully it's coming, but it may take a long time because I just back in the 80s and 90s there were a lot of gold advocates, but very few people really understood what a gold standard was. And I think that's what we're figuring out now. We have this wonderful thing called Bitcoin, but I don't think any of us really know what it means to be on the Bitcoin standard or how we're going to get from here to there. And what people don't realize is that the gold standard actually is much like Bitcoin in that it emerged organically and then it was institutionalized. And that's what I'm afraid is happening here now with Bitcoin, because everything is going into KYC. We want to make it legal tender, and it's this kind of new game where we're partnering with government. And when the strength is, it's really independent. And one of the biggest, I think, problems we have right now is the market is dominated by the shit coins. I don't think people really understand that fundamentally there's going to be just one standard. It's not going to be competing standards. And it took me a while to understand this. If we're having one standard and we have digital gold, Bitcoin is that standard. And the problem that we have, I think there's some people that understand that, but they want to capitalize off of people's ignorance, and so they develop all these shit coins, and they want, basically people want, I mean, why not? Central bankers want control. We're all against that, but we don't mind if we have control. We got to really change our thinking radically, and I don't know that we're even close to doing that right now. So that I just think it's going to be interesting to see where it develops. There's a lot of different views on it, and incidentally, we're having this conference, which I will cover, but I'll do that in a bit. I want to just cover my thoughts on this thing. I think that there's one standard, and I think the fundamental problem that we have still in Bitcoin is this Bitcoin dominance. So now if you can go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, and we can see, okay, there's your daily. Go take it to the weekly. Okay. And now take it to the monthly. I need a long-term view of this. Okay, here we are, guys. We see the Bitcoin started out with over 90% dominance. We went all the way back down there to 2018. We'll see if this is at 813. Go down there, and you've got that thing went down to we have a 33% dominance, 32% dominance. We're at 45. It does surprise me that we're having this resurrection of shit coins. If you notice too, Bitcoin did top out first. It was the first thing to top out. And even though the dominance, the Bitcoin dominance has been going down because it topped out and the shit coins have been rising. Now, you do have an indicator that perhaps we have changed that trend, but it may not. We could go down and clean that baby. I don't know if we're at a bottom here, getting ready to double bottom, if we're going to spike down there. I do know that the last time we were down there in 2018, can you pull up the Bitcoin wisdom chart now? Go back to that one and put it on the weekly, and let's see where we were in 2018. Weekly.
Okay.
That very first one, 1 week. Okay. So now we go back to 2018. You're on 21. Go back to 18, 16, 17. Okay. Do you see that after the market topped out, during the Bitcoin dominance, when Bitcoin was rallied and started to regain its dominance, is when the shitcoin market went to shit. And I think that that's going to have to happen. And there's no reason to think that it can have some serious disastrous consequences in the short run for Bitcoin. This is not a prediction, okay? But I have not ruled out Bitcoin going under 15,000. I didn't all the way up. When we went from 30 to 60,000, and people are, well, yeah, I think it'd still go down there. Is it going down there? I don't know. This is not a prediction, okay? It's got nothing to do with prediction. The question is that you need to be asking yourself, if it goes under 15,000, what will you be doing? Will you have been blown out and lost everything because you think it's going up from here? Are you prepared for that to happen so you can take care of that opportunity? I'm not a predictive trader, guys.
That's a good question.
I'm a reactive trader. And you need to be ready for everything. And we're living in unprecedented times. And to think that this numbers go up, and that's all it. Yeah, in the long run it does. Can you pull up, now you can pull up my classic article and we'll look at this again. Bitcoin dominance was, let me get those dates again right on Bitcoin dominance.
Let me go back.
Yeah, so that was back in, let's go look at January of 2018. Now let's go look, I like to look at things rather than a chart. I just like to see it on a spreadsheet. Yeah, just go to the how to profit, be a professional.
Okay.
Yeah, just go to the dollar cost averaging chart.
Back here.
And
hold on.
Yeah, the question is not where the market is going, but what are you going to do if it gets there? I'm not predicting that this market's going under 15,000, but I'm not going to be shocked if it does, and I want to be prepared if it does. And if it goes to 100,000, I want to be prepared. People ask me, let's go down to see where you were in 2018. Just scroll down there.
Hold on, let me pull up another one.
Okay.
The medium one is better.
Okay, that one's pretty good.
Here we go. No, it's just this one has a bigger. No, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that's good. Just look at this.
Well, it's too small. See
okay.
that?
Well, I can read that size. I can read the other one.
Okay.
I can read that.
It's just for the viewers. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hit, it's better on medium. Medium, I just like the way medium presents things. It's got a good format.
Yeah.
That's not it. How to? There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hold on. 1 minute. There we go.
All right. Actually, that's a sheep and not a goat up there. Some people. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, now go down to 18. Go down to 2018, January 2018. All right, that's when we topped out the market, and I'm not saying that I don't know if we're at a top or not, but when we topped out last time, if you notice, this is when it was at the market top that the Bitcoin dominance kicked in. What that meant is we went into a bear market, but the shitcoins went in a much bigger bear and then far more corrective. Here you go, and
boom,
yeah, and so. Yeah, I mean,
there it is.
My whole thing is, I mean, there were some guys big traders that got blown out there back in
2018.
Yeah, when in 2018, and there were some big traders that got blown out there back in March of last year to 2020 because. You don't know. And the thing is, this thing went into a major bear market, and it's a great time to dollar cost average. I'm not ruling out that this thing can break really hard because, what's going to happen when things get really critical, if we start getting rapid shortages, and we've got a producer problem. We've got the fundamentals, the economic fundamentals is we have 4 generations of the greatest swindle in the history of mankind. That's number 1 is inflation. Number 2 is entitlements. And number 3 is regulation. None of them are getting better. They're all getting worse. That's the fundamental case behind Bitcoin. But we don't just have Bitcoin. We have all the deception and all these shit coins and all the stuff that's better than Bitcoin. And everybody wants to make money now instead of having the long-term perspective. And you have to have that long-term perspective in the current world, and hopefully live in a jurisdiction where you're not physically in danger, and where the system basically works. And that's why I'm in Mexico right now, particularly in the Baja, because I think the people here are just so fundamentally we don't have a bailout down here.
Right.
There's no bail. Nobody's gotten checks for not working down here.
Yeah.
Everybody's working their ass off.
Yep.
6 days a week. Very ambitious.
4:30.
Yeah.
To work.
Right. And but people here, just in general, the Mexican people, they are hardworking people, and they have a different ethic.
Not all of them, because some of them are just lazy. As
a culture,
there's no work. This and that. Dude,
and they don't have that. Their socialism somewhat different, but it's not the systemic thing that we have in the United States.
Right.
And it's more, there's corruption at top levels, but the people
honest corruption.
Not what I call the honest corruption, but. Anyway, the whole thing is, guys, I do not discount this market just surprising everybody on, these, I know there's models out there. I love the Plan B model. I love Murad has his model, which those are great, but they're just models. That's not, yeah. And I noticed that, yeah, I'll take one. So it was not going to surprise me if we have, if the shit coins hit the fan, and I think when things recover, Bitcoin's going to recover, and the shit coins are not. That's just basically what's going to happen, and hopefully that will be the wake up call. But it's going to take a long time for people to grab hold of. We just don't really understand why Bitcoin is an innovation. A lot of people out there do, but I'll go so far as even those that understand it's an innovation, we don't know really how to apply it yet. We're trying, and I think you should be open-minded, and so that's where I'm at. But to think that we have the solutions to these things is not. I think it's pretty arrogant. Okay, what do you got to think? I started a dollar cost average last year. My paper trades are not profitable, so we'll keep buying weekly. So don't we? Yeah, we might be starting a new top. Maybe we start another one with this last top, where people bought the peak at 60,000. Because I guarantee anybody that bought Bitcoin at 40, 50, 60,000, and even close to 70, they're not feeling very good about Bitcoin
right now.
And
I'm good.
And they're gonna, you're getting worn down by it, and I've seen it happen time and time again. I mean, even my that's why I don't proselytize that much. Is people are ready for it when they're ready for it. My contractor here, who I love, built this house. I did persuade him to take Bitcoin for 15% of the value, and he did, but he didn't hodl it. He started trading it. I don't know. I think he had to sell some for a small loss, and then it went up to a profit, and he got out, and he was going to buy the dip. Of course, it never bought the dip, and there you go. So it has to be used, and I thought Michael Saylor hit it on the head when he starts talking about, Bitcoin should be
pretty
your treasury. Yeah. And that's, I mean, Michael Saylor's really done a lot to educate a lot of people about Bitcoin. So I take my hat off to him. I have the deepest regard.
Oh, we got a thumbs down. All right, we'll have to improve. Look at that.
What's that?
One, somebody disliked.
Oh, well, that's all right. I know, guy. I'm not here for a popularity contest. So, yeah. And I'm not here to, I'm not here to say Bitcoin fixes everything. It's not a panacea. I love Bitcoin. It's been a blessing for me. It takes time to learn how to use it, and I do think you're at far greater risk not having. You want to move at least 5 to 15% of your net worth so that you're in Bitcoin. I don't have any problem with that. So. All right. So, but that's a good one right there. That's what I teach. There's my business model. That green thing.
Out at the bottom?
The thing, that green. There you go. Have Bitcoin. Okay, there's two kinds of, I don't think that Bitcoin that is going to be a world reserve currency. I mean, there's people that disagree with me, and that's fine. I don't have any problems with that. I do think that it competes with governments. I think that's in the spirit of F.A. Hayek, that it is the standard that, and so we will be able to. We have wealth that's without any jurisdiction, looking for places to have a jurisdiction. Scroll up to the one that's because that one, the one that showed. Okay, so if you have Bitcoin, you have your HODL. You're saving other assets, and you're building. Building is, we're having this conference. Building is doing this show, even though we hardly have any viewers. If you don't have Bitcoin, you need to build. You need to start, do what you're doing. You're an entrepreneur, you're producing. Just start every month and keep that up there. Save every month and build. And then as you rather than save other assets, you're saving Bitcoin. You're building that HODL. Now you've got your HODL. Once you're an entrepreneur with your HODL, you're back to having Bitcoin, and you can do it the other way. It's a kind of just a circular flow. But to argue that Bitcoin is a store of value, it's just nonsense. It sucks as a store of value. It sucks as cash. It's really not very good cash. Gold was never used as cash under a gold standard. It was used as cash under a gold reserve standard, but once they learned gold banking, once they learned to create non-inflationary purchasing media from new goods and services coming into the marketplace, well, then you have, actually the marketplace became the regulator of the money supply, both to expand the money supply when it was necessary and to contract it when it was necessary. But it was once that mechanism was developed, and it developed organically, it was, by increments seized by and centralized by the powers that be. And that's when the central banking came into play. And that's when we, of course, we had the Federal Reserve Act was passed. We passed that along with taxing men's labor. A man's labor should never be taxed. That just, I mean, governments have to have taxes, but you don't tax a man's labor. In fact, we're doing quite the opposite right now. We reward people for not working. And that's what's just topsy-turvy and why everything is so much. It is absolute. It's foolishness. It's foolishness, and we have the whole world marching off this cliff of foolishness, and we don't know where it's going to wind up. All right, so I think
we're done?
I'm getting pretty close to done. So I'm not super, I mean, it doesn't mean a lot in dollars anymore because we have these huge waves coming and going, and we have so much misdirection. And I do think, as long as you dollar cost average, the fundamentals for Bitcoin remain the same, but don't get caught up in the hype. If you get caught up, if you're sitting there, and one of the reasons I wanted to have this session is there's probably a lot of you out there that have been trading and you got blown out and it hurt. I mean, I already know because I've had people tell me that they've lost. I had people come into our conference say, you know what, I really wanted, but I lost so much trading because I wasn't I wasn't managing my funds. I get it, guys, and that's that's the fatal mistake. You cannot make that mistake. You don't need to be trading all the time. You do need to hodl. You do need to. Bitcoin is your refuge. It is your treasury. It's the last thing you want to use and not your first thing. But by the same token, as I'm rewarded, I can build. I built a hodl and I saved, and now I'm building, which goes into the Bitcoin Standard Conference. Okay, let's go hit that website and invite you guys to come. And I want to go over the schedule because I'm just really excited about it. This is not going to be a showcase for people services. We want to hit the schedule. There you go.
Conference.
Schedule.
Oh.
There you go. That's a conference schedule. There you go. Okay. So here it is, guys, and I'll emphasize the whole conference in a bit, but right now I just want to go with the schedule. And we're going to start out with thank God for Bitcoin. And we have three of the authors from the book by the same namesake, Jimmy Song and I can't, David, press on that guy's name, David Swalchuk, and we have, no, he's an atheist.
Oh,
Gabe Higgins. Yeah, so we have those three are authors from the book of that namesake. Yeah, and Bitcoin Mechanic, I put him on because he's kind of a new Christian, and I'm going to be the moderator on that. Giacomo asked to be on it, so guys, some of my speakers may want to join. We're going to try and make it, and we have Knut's going to be on there. He's a resident atheist, so we're going to get a wide variety of opinions, and even among Christians, there's going to be a difference. That now we're going to be followed up with the difference between Bitcoin and the Bitcoin Standard. Once again, I know we're going to have a variety of opinions.
Bitcoin motorist?
I know the motorist, Bitcoin motorist, he's not going to agree with I think, Joachim Buch. So we'll find out. Because, he's very much in favor of the legal tender law, which I get it. My purpose is not to, pop anybody's balloon or rain on the parade.
Right.
Yeah, that's not the reason, but I do think I think it's a mistake when we go so far that anybody that thinks that there's a problem with it is anti-Bitcoin or hates Bitcoin. That's just not true, not true. Right. And so we want to be able to address. There's room for a lot of in-house debate in Bitcoin, and I think that's going to be the theme of what this is. How to use Bitcoin as your treasury, and that comes from, of course, what
Knut.
Yeah, and well, he's one of the very first people that one of the first people I listened to, and that's why he's going to be the master of ceremonies. It wouldn't be the right thing. And then we have managing and hedging risk on the Bitcoin standard, and apparently a lot of people are very interested in this, so that we'll probably be adding panelists on there. Legal tender, now this is the issue we've been addressing. Should it be embraced or abolished? And there's good cases both sides, and it's the discussion, guys, that's important. We'll all learn from the discussion. And all the people that are going to be there, we're sound money advocates. I believe in sound money. I think Bitcoin is sound money, but I'm also saying, well, there might be there might be another candidate that comes along. I don't see it, but lots of things I don't see. And then that night we actually have a awards dinner. If you go down there, and Giacomo Zucco will be the speaker, and we'll have a poolside buffet.
We'll have a picture here soon.
Yeah.
Be the 2020.
So we're going to do that. And then we have a second day of a conference, and I just want to go through this. Right. And so far I have we have what is competition in currencies. And I think that's important that we learn, because people have different concepts. I have my concept. I used to think that it was competing standards, and I no longer believe that anymore, but I understand that other people do. I shared that belief, and I've changed it. So will Bitcoin become a world reserve currency? Well, that's another thing. A lot of people think that it will.
Who's Daisy?
Miss Daisy Coleman. She's going to be the moderator of that one. We need to.
She's
not. We need to put her picture on there.
No, and it says Costa. It's Coleman.
Well, they Costa out. She hasn't said anything. I think it's correct. So yeah, I'm not sure.
My bad.
Privacy, not everybody wants to broadcast who they really are. Okay, all right.
My bad.
Okay, 100% fractional reserve. Fractional reserve or no fixed reserve. There's a variety of opinions here, guys, and it's not locked in concrete, but we can certainly figure out where we're coming from. And Jimmy Song's going to be the moderator of that one, and I think that'll be good. That'll be great. And then we have
Guy Swan.
I don't know him. I've never met him, but he came recommended. So
why not?
Welcome, Guy. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Politics of Bitcoin standards, and that should be lively. And building on the Bitcoin standard, and I actually want to be on that one. And then beyond Bitcoin, the future of self-sovereignty and in the digital age. And this was a one that Bitcoin Mechanic recommended, and I thought, it was better than what I had. And this was kind of our flexible one, because how we were going to end it. So that one's still being built on. The whole thing, guys, is I'm doing this because I love doing it. I told you about when I built the website and I started, this membership. I risked 10 Bitcoin, which was $35,000 at the time. I'm risking the same Bitcoin. That's 350 grand. I can put this on. I don't need any sponsors, okay? I'm going to be looking for sponsors, but you know what? I don't care. If we don't have one sponsor, I don't care. That's not doing it. I'm not in this to make a bunch of money off the conference. This is my gift. This is what I'm giving. And I know that everybody that's coming to this conference is going to I'm not going to be the one making this the best conference ever. It's going to be these content providers that are already out there. And that's what I'm so excited about. We haven't really promoted everything yet because I want to make sure we have all of our I's dotted and T's crossed. Beginning this week, we're going to be having our event coordinator, and that's Christina, on regularly. We'll have...
that's good.
Yeah, and...
her and, what's the other girl's name? Melina?
Karina.
Karina.
That's her assistant. And they are really just super. They're going to have every detail. We have all the staff will be identified with shirts. So if you're, at the conference, we want this to be the most enjoyable event.
Hopefully, we can broadcast from the studio downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to change things up a little bit. One of the things that we're going to be doing, guys, this is not just a conference, but we also, one of my hobbies that, part of my saving, and I found this hobby last year, was getting these razors and driving.
Hold on, let me go here. All right, so
you can explain. I got to take an old man pee.
All right. So go ahead. We didn't talk about the workshops though.
Yeah, talk about the work.
You're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's going to the bathroom. He'll be back. Oh, crap. We're on still. All right, so here is the wrecked but not ruined adventure tour. Hey, we did this, a couple months ago, right? Check this out.
All right.
Yeah. Where do we go? Where do we go?
We went to Arendia.
On
that trip, we went to Arendia. Now we're not going. We're going to go to.
No. But I'm just letting the people know it's kind of like this. It's a dirt way.
Yeah, we're going to be. We're going to actually be part of the track that the Baja 1000 is always on.
This will be the type of dirt way we're going.
Yeah, those are the vehicles. We're not going to be on the coast because the hotel's right on the coast, but we're going to actually go into the mountains to ride the.
Through the back, right?
Yeah.
Back.
So. Because near the horsepower ranch
and then here's I don't know why, but this one's funny because you get caught with the wine bottle.
Not
and
the
then
best
boom,
example.
and then boom, and then he fell into the hole here.
I put the truck on. I wasn't driving the cars on that one. I was doing the chase vehicle. So, and you're not going to be in my hands because we have a professional. It's
Rigoberto. Right?
Rigoberto and his family, his son Salvador.
That's what.
Yeah, you don't want to ride with the pros. I mean,
watch out for the cows, though.
If you hop in the car with me, it's on you because there's
Esther. Let's do this again.
Anyway,
watch out, guys! Don't ride in the back of people or behind us, or because you'll get that.
So it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be at the Horsepower Ranch, which is a beautiful place, and and so we're going to go up to. You can see on the maybe if you expand that map, you'll see where Ojos Negros is. That's where we'll be driving, and
there we go.
No, go bigger. You need to make it bigger, but no, I mean smaller or whatever. The opposite way. You're not doing it. There it is. See what it says? Ojos Negros. Horsepower Ranch is there. We're going to go to Ojos Negros. Okay.
Oh, back here. Right?
Back there and then back. Yeah, that's what we're going to. And all the roads back in there. It's just pretty cool. So, yeah. So that's what's going to happen. You'll get to ride with your favorite. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to expand this thing a little bit because we have Jimmy Song is having his programming blockchain seminar, and Giacomo's having his building a full node. Okay, and those guys, this is not cheap. $4,000 for this
You have to take this little test he made down here, making sure you know.
Yeah,
the
you need a new Python to
right,
get
right. The basics.
He doesn't want
to.
to doesn't want to waste your time or money if you don't know the basics. I'm not qualified for this one.
Yeah. So
now, Giacomo,
take the little test, and then you'll be fine.
So Giacomo, his is called Running Bitcoin, and that's a 2-day deal too. He's going to get you a full node. He's going to teach. I think he's going to teach about Lightning Network and all kinds of stuff, and that's only $1,000. And Famous Bitcoin Secure and Famous Bitcoin Wallets. Are you ready? So there you go, guys. It's going to be cool. And
oh wow,
there we go.
There we go.
That's Giacomo. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to revise this thing because
that's a nice watch.
Yeah. They are actually coming on Monday night because the show, the workshop's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. So I think I'm going to boost up the VIP ticket. Right now I've got it at 10,000, but what I'm going to do is add a one of each of these workshops. I'll have to add about $6,000 to the price, but it'll be for 2 people. So essentially, you can go to the whole event. Everything's covered. And the thing about coming on Monday for these workshops is you're going to have some time to spend, at these workshops just with Giacomo and Jimmy. And Tone Vase is coming for Giacomo's workshop. So it's going to be, guys, you want to learn with the 3 of my mentors, here's your chance. And sign up and go to the workshop. What I'm going to do is kind of revise the VIP package and raise it up about $6,000 and include one of Jimmy's conferences and one of Giacomo's. And so the whole VIP package will be for 2 people. You can come early. You'll be at El Cielo. And we're kind of working out the details because some people want to be at the conference rather than El Cielo, and other people would like to stay out there and relax. So we're gonna work it out. We have both blocked. We're ready to go. Right now the best way to do it is just get the whole package, and then if you want to get separately, you get one of the workshops. But I'm going to be revising that this next week. I'm also going to keep the current price here till probably the 10th because we haven't really promoted yet. I want to make it easy to read so people, you can get a 15% discount just by going to the panelist tab. You want to do that? Go to the panelist tab on the thing. All right, hit panelists, hit panelists. There you go. Yeah, and I need to make this clearer because it's not clear. If you press on any of those pictures, okay, it takes you to the conference. Now you scroll down on that page, and you go to register for conference. And if you do it with this method, if you go in, hit their picture, you'll get that's their affiliate code. You will get a 15% discount automatically. And you will also be rewarding that person that you've been that's helped you out in your different things. So if you want to, there's to Jimmy, to Giacomo, just if you say, hey, I'm going to go, I want to see David Puel, and he's my buddy, sign up under his name. You get a 15% discount. That means you get the whole conference right now for $16.95.
Giacomo,
yep.
David.
And we're hoping that we can open this up. I mean, we don't know if we can. Right now, I am limited to 100 people, including speakers. We are hoping it's not opened up yet. I think there's a good chance there is. Everybody down here got vaccinated. I just read an article. I meant to put that up there.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess the United States gave Mexico, $1.5 million vaccines.
Right.
But
they didn't read the fine print at the bottom.
No, but the Mexican government took the vaccine and said, give it all to Baja. So Baja Norte, we are the ones that are completely vaccinated.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why I say this is kind of, yeah. I just saw the article. Oh, it's on the San Diego Tribune. See if you can pull that up because I subscribed to that. It was a front page article of San Diego Tribune.
All right.
Yeah,
here we go.
Because I'm a subscriber. Go in there and log in.
Okay.
COVID. Let's see.
Where?
You just log in. Hit log in. I'm subscribed to that thing. You can go in. Okay, go in. Boom. I think I can find this article.
Where is it?
Okay, just hit. I think it was yesterday's. Just I'll do. Can you do a search? Where's the search?
Here it is.
Okay, do a search.
What is it?
Go. COVID vaccine. Baja. Try that.
COVID.
Baja.
Oh, COVID Baja.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
COVID Baja should do it.
Here it is. No?
No, I think it was yesterday.
No.
What? Yeah, it was July 4th. I think it's yesterday. No, registration. Oh, there it is. Try that. Over 60. Well, we already had the line. They did it all.
Oh, this is February 10th.
Oh, okay. No, we need to go. Oh, yeah. No,
February
we need
10th.
go to July. I think it came out on July 4th. It came out yesterday, so it may not be on their website. Hit COVID-19. See if that works.
Okay.
Scroll down and see one of the latest issues. Okay. Kelly. Well, I know I saw the article. I'll try and pull it up. Oh, border vaccination. What was that? Border plan. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Hit that.
Okay.
That's June 18th, but there's a follow-up article. They've already done this, guys. They've already, and people are lined up. Everybody's vaccinated down here. That once they're vaccinated, they are done. And that describes the shop, but there was actually one that outlined how it was done. And so there's a lot of lobbying going on both sides of the border. Hey, there's no reason for us to be closed anymore because, for example,
I guess the key thing was to reopening.
The border was to get that. So now because unless you have a green card, you can't go across. My family can't go across because all they have is border crossing cards. But now this should open it up this month. If they open it up, it's going to be, now we'll have Mexican rules down in the and everybody from the United States can feel safe because everybody down here is vaccinated. So it's kind of it's a very unique situation that we have down here. So we're hoping it will open up.
Let's try this border and Baja. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, that probably will work.
Let's go border and Baja. Let's see.
Okay, keep going. Oh, that'll be something. I know a lot of deported veterans. That'll be something. Okay, let's see. Keep going. What's the next article?
Want me to go back?
Just go. I need to see the articles. Yeah, they're okay. San Diego. Okay. Scroll down. Let's see what else is down here. It was just in the last. Keep going down. Now, our U.S. start pushing a silence at concrete gatekeeper. Keep going. Yeah, I don't know. Science closing. Okay.
No, this is June.
Yeah. I don't know.
22nd,
maybe it wasn't. I thought it was San Diego Tribune.
August
Anyway, but that's the deal. Is that we're hoping everything really opens up down here because once they get that down, then we're ready to go. And I kind of have visions. Make this the Bitcoin Woodstock. I actually got that domain. Go plug in bitcoinwoodstock.com and look where it goes. Oh, that's it.
Is
Think Mexico too. That's it. Open opinion. This 4th of July, think of Mexico too. And here we go. That's the article. Let's read this.
Okay. This is the one you're talking
about? Yeah,
about?
that's the article. That's it. Okay. All right. The federal government should reopen the U.S.-Mexico border to northbound traffic to boost San Ysidro and Tijuana economies. The pandemic has shown just how intertwined the U.S. and Mexico are. And two recent developments are worth contemplating as you celebrate today's quincentennial American holiday. This was written this is on July 2nd. One, local officials want the U.S. government to end the non-essential travel restrictions for vehicles and pedestrians at the border. Right now, it's only if you're essential you get to go.
Basically, if you're a citizen or
a resident, or you have a green card, you can go. If you don't have a green card, if you're just a border crossing, you can't go. You can't go. Two state and Mexican officials want to open a new border crossing at Otay Mesa in 2024. That'll be something. Now we'll have 3 of them here in Tijuana. The restrictions at the southern border on vehicle and foot traffic northbound into the United States have been in place for nearly 16 months, curtailing tourism, recreation, and devastating the economy of San Ysidro, where Las Americas outlets and other business rely so heavily on visitors from Mexico. Now, I will say that it has hurt San Ysidro. I don't think it's devastated, but it's devastated. It is devastated.
Because,
but Ensenada, we're not devastated down here at all.
If you think about it, they're mostly their bread and butter, if you will, are from Mexicans that actually have like some funds, and then they
come back to shop.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, they just find it a very easier to just cross the border and boom.
Right. Take it, and they can bring it back.
Yeah, because some of them don't know how to use transportation. They're like,
right.
You know, they have the trolley.
Right.
So and then they have the blue line, orange line. So it is a little bit difficult, and people find it very simple just to cross the border, do their shopping, and come back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's really inconsistency here, because if you're flying, if you're flying to San Diego from Tijuana, and I didn't know they even had flights, but basically as long as you fly they don't have that restriction. And so tourists and other with more money, they can go across. But the poor people, not poor people, middle class people that just want to go across, spend a day in San Diego, go to, the zoo or go to
Legoland.
See Legoland, or go to SeaWorld or just go shopping.
Disneyland.
They're the ones that can't come across. Six Flags. But if you fly in, there's no problem. You can fly into the United States from Mexico, and they let you in with just a border crossing card. So it's really it's very inconsistent. Doesn't make any sense. Officials say nearly 200 San Ysidro businesses that relied on border crossing customers from Tijuana were forced to close during the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, and San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce estimates its business lost $644 million in sales and 1,900 jobs between March of 2020 and March of 2021.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And anyway, on June 15th, here's the deal. Mexico sent 1.3 million doses of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccination, and the Mexican government sent them all to Baja. They sent them all here. So they set out to inoculate. Yeah, you remember those? You were in that deal.
Yeah, actually, I got that.
Yeah, you had these long lines. They did 1 million people down here in 10 days.
But to be honest, I can at least say a good 60 to 70% of the people got their vaccinations, including me, but they're very skeptical, saying, "Oh, you're gonna die. This and this and that. It's bad for you."
Yeah, it's the same percentage everywhere. People have a different opinion there, but basically, people that wanted the vaccination.
I mean, I got it, and I was fine.
Right.
I mean,
and I haven't. I'm immune. I'm not worried.
They said, "Oh, you're gonna get fever. You're gonna get sick." No, it's not true.
Yeah.
I wasn't sick. I came into work. I was fine. I ate. I mean,
well, there are cases where people.
I'm just saying maybe it's your immune system or something.
It depends upon your risk. There's, they're documenting now. There's children that have died from it, and children really don't need the vaccination because it's really not a childhood disease. It's an old guy. It's old people that are in poor health or people that are elderly.
People from 85 and above.
If your immune system is down, that's.
We lived out all these what was it? The world was gonna end. This and this and that, and now they have this, so we're fine.
So here it is. Baja California has now exceeded 70% partial vaccination rate for adults. It's the same goal President Biden set for the U.S. to reach by the 4th of July, and we will fall about 3% short. So we're more vaccinated here than you are in the United States.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, more than 78% of San Diego County residents and 12 or older are partly vaccinated. Baja Mexico's improvements should factor into ending non-essential restrictions. The only other issue is the potential spread of the more contagious Delta variant of COVID-19. Alice said the Centers for Disease Control hasn't issued a warning for travel to Mexico, and the U.S. doesn't restrict Americans from traveling to and back, which incidentally, it's booming down here. All the hotels over the 4th were packed. People.
Oh no! You should have seen these water parks like Las Cañadas.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
Oh man, that thing was. Packed.
Oh no, they're packing because people are
was
coming down here.
packed.
They can't have it.
And then right now, people were just making a line just to exit the water park. A lot
Wow.
of people are leaving. Yeah, yeah. It was like I think it was like 5:15 or 5:20 when I was coming to work, and a whole bunch of people were just packing up and leaving because
Wow.
they know it's gonna get bonkers and crazy at the border. So
Yeah.
they're leaving right now. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's wow. No, I didn't realize all of that.
Yeah.
Well, we spent the weekend at Lucerna, and it was packed, and
Really?
and there were people from. Oh, so what are you down here for? Well, we're at a wedding. Yeah. So are you from? No, we're not from Mexico, but we can't have an event in Riverside, or they're from Riverside or something like that.
Oh,
so we booked. They
shit.
booked. They're having their wedding and reception down here. Beautiful. They staying at Lucerna. They have the
pretty sure
ceremony
they were
is at
happy
one
campers.
it's at one of the wineries out there at the Ruta de Vino. It costs a fourth as much as it would in the U.S. anyway.
Right. So they were happy about
that.
that.
Yeah, everybody's. That's what guys. I just can't emphasize enough. I live down here because I'm freer down here than the rest of the world. It's the freest place on earth that I found. I mean, everybody that's come here agrees, and that's what I said. Well, we were all sitting in the swimming pool. They have this great big jacuzzi.
Right.
Nobody had a mask on, and we were all right next to each other.
Wow.
So and so we were all, Yeah, I mean, right now you still have to have a mask on to go into a
It's kind of
store and
funny. Remember
stuff,
the other
and
day we went out to get a drink, and they actually had Ugly go back to his car, and we're like, well, you need a mask. And we were like, okay. So then he just put on the mask just to come in. And then once we were inside, he
I
just
just
took
took it off immediately. I had to get through the door. What's a mask? And that's it.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's all going to come to an end. I think it can come very,
yeah.
and I think it's going to come here faster, because when I saw that article, I said, yeah, this is really going to help, because I know there was fears.
For some people,
A lot of
for the
people,
that
a
are
lot
gonna
of
come by.
Mexicans down here were very fearful of the COVID, and they were instructed to mask up and avoid the spacing and all that. But now that the vaccination came out and they're all feeling okay, we're over this thing,
Right.
and the psychology it's just changing.
It really is.
So
All right.
Well, I think we are done, and
We will see
so
you guys
yeah.
well, tomorrow, Ugly and the Goat Lady.
Goat Lady and I will be on. I'm going to be doing a lot of shows here from here on out, because I was going to show you. You can actually go to BitcoinWoodstock.com. Look where it goes, because this is my vision. I don't know if we can pull this off or not, but I have some. If this thing really opens up,
Bitcoin
and
Woodstock?
if we get, I hope we have 1,000 people waiting in line to come to this, because we'll figure out a way to do it if we can open it up at all. It's just
.com?
yeah. That's it. Look where it goes.
Hold on.
Hit a www in front of it or something. Bitcoin.
No, it is.
Well, it should go to my website. My other machine, it does. It should go to our website. It's forwarded to our website. There it is. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, goes right. That's it.
Wow.
That's kind of the vision I have, but that's up to you guys. It's not up to me.
Because I typed in
Look, I've got no agenda. We're not selling. I got 2 tentative sponsors so far. I'm going to make room for 5. But you know what? If I lose my shirt on this conference, I don't make a dime on this thing, and I wind up paying for the whole thing. It's fine with me. Okay, because that's what I'm here. This is what I'm doing. This is my build it. This is my gift.
It does go there.
Yeah, it goes right there.
Wow.
Yeah, we need to make it clear so people could understand. On the homepage, we're going to put a right up there. You know, go to panelists, press the picture. You get a 15% discount. I'm going to be raising the price, but I'm not. I'm going to wait till everybody's had a chance because I think I'll be getting on shows with people and doing other promotions, and I want to really I want to kind of structure it so more people are coming to these workshops because I think it'll be in the VIP package. You guys, you're not going to come to our Bitcoin house or the studio by buying a ticket, but if you're a VIP, you will.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's what we'll do, and because we're gonna, and if you're
and then we'll probably do a show downstairs.
Or now you yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Guys.
Ernesto's gonna have a studio out.
Yep.
We've got a very they are really putting together something. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice media place where the speakers can do shows here. Monday and Tuesday we can be here. Go out to El Cielo and just relax out there in a really quiet California. And so that'd be like if you get the adventure. If you come with the VIP, you'll get to spend the night Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday night and Thursday night at El Cielo.
Oh,
yeah,
that's real. I haven't been there, but I heard it's nice.
Yeah, well, you gotta. They don't even let. We went out there, and it took me like 30 minutes to get through security. So,
wow, really?
Yeah, because they went to check everything out, and so it's a very secure location. And so it's a Horsepower Ranch. You were out there at Horsepower Ranch.
Yeah, Horsepower is nice. You have to have certain permission from the guard there.
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't
very
call
well.
in, that's what I had to do. I had to make an appointment like 3 or 4 days before I went there. And
Yeah, but right. So, all right, and then so we've got and then I'm learning. I'm learning more and more. Some of the stuff we're going to learn, if we have it next time, hopefully this will be highly successful, and then we can do it again. But
there it is.
Yeah, there it is, guys. Don't wait because now it's going to
get miss out.
Get your ticket, $16.95. Okay, you'll have a room for 2 at the conference at Lucerno, but it's only one person for the adventure tour. When you get here, we'll have to upgrade you if you're bringing somebody else. But there's a room for 2 for the conference. And I'm going to revise the VIP. The VIP, I'm going to raise the price, but throw in the 2 workshops. It'll be for 2, so you can actually have one person go to Jimmy's Songs
And the other one.
and then go to Giacomo's, which right there, that's a 6,000. How much is Jimmy's Songs? 4,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5.
I think it's 4. If
4 and 1. Yeah, but basically it's $5,000 extra because I'll throw one of each in there, and
4.
Yeah.
And then 500 if you order within 14 days.
Yeah, but I just want to make a part of it. If they do the VIP ticket, they'll get one of each. One of each.
There it is, guys.
And guys, if nothing else, you'll be supporting these guys and supporting what we're doing here. Because the only agenda I have is the Bitcoin standard and the variety of opinion. There's going to be no shitcoining down here at all, and not weaseling in through the back door somehow. It's going to be a Bitcoin conference, and just looking really forward to it.
Very good content.
Hit some hard issues. Yeah. Talk about, really
really
we have a lot
debates.
of discussion and debate within the Bitcoin community. I don't consider myself a Bitcoin maximalist. I consider myself a Bitcoin standard bearer because I believe in Bitcoin. I believe it is the digital hope that we have. It's the only innovation that I think has a prayer to compete with government money, and I think that that is why, as A.F.A. Hayek calls it, the standard. And I think that that's how he identified it. He didn't see a bunch of competing private monies. He saw one standard of value that would evolve and be adopted and then compete with various jurisdictions. And Bitcoin is so beautiful because it really has no borders. It has no jurisdiction. So it's not locked into the jurisdictional risk. And in my view, that's the biggest thing that we have to overcome now is we have huge jurisdictional risk in everything that you own. People that have only their retirement account and their house are extremely vulnerable because those two things can be taken away from you very quickly. And Bitcoin is really, I think, will keep the game honest because people, you may not be able to escape physically from your jurisdiction, but your wealth will. The fact that your wealth can escape the jurisdiction leaves you in a much better position to get out or to fight, whatever battles are ahead. And I think that's clearly exemplified with the Bitcoin 4 and the BitMEX executives. Because they have large hodls, they're not. Arthur Hayes was able to negotiate. It said, "Okay, I'll submit to your extradition, but I want to go back to Hong Kong. I want to live at my house, and but I'll waive my extradition. You can, from Singapore. Of course, he's under all kinds of restrictions now by his lawyers and so forth. But the point is that it gives you an avenue that's a double standard, believe me, because him not being ruled as he probably didn't even have a hearing where he was a flight risk or a danger to the community. And
I had that.
No, we all do, and it's almost impossible. It's like I say, people don't understand, but the right to bail has almost been completely eliminated through statutory rules in the court system. There just isn't. Once they get a hold of you, you're stuck, and you're not going to get out, and they're going to hold you there if at all possible. And if you do get out, you're under, extreme restrictions. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Again, my views of the market is I have no clue where it's going. The key is, are we going up or going down? I don't know. I think either one is very possible. I do not discount at all this market going down below 15,000. So, and if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, how we did it before, we could do something like that again. When Bitcoin topped out, we went into a tailspin. The Bitcoin dominance then went up because basically the Bitcoin did not drop like the shitcoins did. And I think that phenomena is probably I'm not saying it's probably, I'm saying it could very well reassert itself. And so you just don't want to get on this speculative bubble that, Bitcoin's going to, I think Plan B model is great. It's very useful. It's been very true, but models are models, and when they stop working, they stop working. So, yeah. It's just a model. It's not going to help you at all when it comes to trading. Trading is all money management, and then everything has to be built on top of that money management. So, at any rate, if you tuned in, enjoy my website, enjoy the articles. I hope you learned something from this, and we'll
see you tomorrow.
Be back on Wednesday. Yeah, the Goat Lady and I will be on tomorrow. So.